Most women chase confidence when they should be building self-respect. Loss into that again. Let it sink into your bones. This is the bright, sharp truth that will change how you act, how you feel about yourself, and the very trajectory of your life. So many of us are taught to pursue the feeling of confidence. We believe it's a magical cloak we must find before we can begin our real lives, or a destination we arrive at, rather than something we build with our own hands. This chase is exhausting. You look for it in self-help books, in affirmations, in a new outfit or a promotion. But it never fully arrives, does it? The feeling is fleeting. It comes and goes with a good hair day or a compliment from a stranger. True, unshakable confidence is not a feeling to be chased. It is a quiet certainty you earn. The solid ground of self-respect built from your own consistent actions. Imagine confidence not as a spark, but as a deep, steady fire. You don't find a fire like that. You build it. The wood is your promises kept. The careful arrangement is your boundaries held. The daily tending is your choice to honor yourself, even when it's hard. This fire isn't for show, it's for warmth. It's the internal heat of self-trust that guides you through dark and uncertain times. So, let's stop chasing a fleeting feeling and start building. The power you seek is not out there. It is in the small, deliberate choices you make, and the quiet, consistent work of earning your own trust. This is a map to building the most important relationship you will ever have, the one with yourself. It's about becoming more solid, more grounded, and earning the right to trust yourself completely. Many people believe that confidence must come first. They treat it like a permission slip, waiting for the day they finally feel brave enough for the fear to magically disappear. This is the great confidence myth, the lie that tells you to wait until you feel ready. But readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. This myth is the single biggest obstacle standing between you and the life you want. It keeps you stuck in the waiting room of your own potential. You wait to start the business, to set a crucial boundary, to ask for that promotion. You are waiting to become the woman you know you can be, as if she is a future version you must wait to unlock. The truth is, confidence is not the starting line. It is the trophy you get after you have run the race. You don't get the trophy before the race begins. You earn it by showing up, especially on the days you don't feel like it. You earn it by training when you're tired, by running even when your lungs burn. Confidence is the result of your effort. It's the evidence of your discipline, the outcome of keeping promises to yourself. Waiting for confidence to arrive first is like waiting for the harvest before you've planted the seeds. This inaction erodes your self-trust. The foundation of self-respect is built on one simple, powerful habit: keeping the promises you make to yourself. You wouldn't trust a friend who constantly broke their promises. The relationship with yourself works the same way. You say you'll wake up early, then hit snooze. A small broken promise. Start tiny. The goal isn't an overhaul, but to collect proof that you do what you say. Promise. Drink 1 glass of water before your morning coffee. Take a 10-minute walk during lunch. Read 5 pages before bed. Then do it. These are acts of integrity. Each kept promise adds evidence to your internal file. When doubt comes, access it. It's not wishful thinking. It's a track record. That proof builds quiet, unshakable trust. You believe because you've shown yourself you're believable. The second critical habit for building self-respect is enforcing your boundaries. They are the clear lines you draw that teach people how to treat you. A woman who respects herself understands that her time, energy, and emotional well-being are precious resources. Lacking boundaries is a form of self-abandonment. It signals to yourself and others that your needs come last, which slowly chips away at your self-worth. Setting a boundary might sound like, "I can't help with that right now, as I need to focus on my own deadlines." Say it kindly but firmly, and do not over-explain or apologize for protecting your time. When you enforce a boundary, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind. I matter. My time and energy matter. Each time you do it, you become a more trustworthy guardian of your own well-being, creating a feeling of safety and security within yourself. This internal security is a core component of genuine confidence because you are actively demonstrating respect for yourself. Start with one small, low-stakes boundary today. Perhaps you decide not to answer work emails after 7 p.m. or say no to a social invitation you secretly dread. The discomfort is temporary. The self-respect you gain is lasting. The third habit of self-respect. Choose discipline over excuses. Discipline has a bad reputation, often associated with punishment. But let's redefine it. Think of discipline as choosing what you want most over what you want now. It's the bridge between your goals and your accomplishment. A woman who respects herself knows her long-term vision is more important than momentary comfort. She chooses discipline not as punishment, but as devotion to her future self. Every time you choose discipline over an easy excuse like, "I'm too tired," or "I'll start tomorrow," you cast a vote for the woman you are becoming. The habit of making excuses keeps you stuck. It slowly convinces you that you can't achieve your goals, eroding your belief in your own capability. Discipline, on the other hand, builds that belief. It provides the evidence that you can show up and do the hard thing, even when you don't feel like it. This doesn't mean you must become a robot. True discipline is wise. It includes rest. It includes knowing when to push and when to recover. The key is to be honest with yourself. Are you choosing rest because you truly need it, or as an excuse to avoid a difficult task? A woman who respects herself learns to tell the difference, honoring both genuine rest and her commitments. Honoring your standards is about defining what you will and will not accept from others and yourself. It's about setting a baseline for quality, respect, and integrity. A woman who respects herself has personal standards. She knows how she deserves to be treated and the level of effort she expects from herself. She does not negotiate these core standards. They are her non-negotiables, the guardrails that keep her aligned with her values and her vision for her life. Think about where you might be letting your standards slip. Do you tolerate a friend's sarcastic jokes? Turn in good enough work when you're capable of excellence? Or allow your living space to remain cluttered? These may seem like small things, but they add up. They send a message to your psyche that you are willing to settle for less than you deserve. Establishing and honoring your standards is an act of claiming your worth. Self-abandonment is a quiet, insidious habit. It shows up when you skip lunch for work, stay up too late scrolling, or consistently put others' needs ahead of your own. Each time, you're telling yourself that everyone else is more important. But a woman who respects herself refuses to do this. She learns to become her own most reliable caregiver. She understands that filling her own cup isn't selfish. It's essential because you cannot pour from an empty vessel. She treats her own needs not as an afterthought, but as a prerequisite for showing up fully in her life. She learns to listen to the signals of her own body and spirit. When she is tired, she rests. When she is hungry, she eats. This practice of self-attunement is a radical act of self-respect. It requires you to pause and ask a simple question. What do I need right now? Sometimes the answer is a glass of water, 5 minutes of silence, or stepping away from a stressful conversation. The core of this journey is a fundamental mindset shift. Stop chasing the feeling of confidence. Start collecting the evidence of your capability. Feelings are fickle, influenced by everything from hormones to how much sleep you got. If you base your actions on them, you'll be on a roller coaster you cannot control. Evidence is solid. It is the record of your actions. Your actions are something you can control. This is where your power lies. Instead of asking, "Do I feel confident today?" ask a more powerful question. What can I do to build more self-respect? Use this as a filter for your decisions. Would a woman who respects herself do this? This question is a practical compass, guiding you from short-term comfort toward long-term integrity. It moves you from waiting for a feeling to actively building character. Confidence becomes a project, not a mystery. Run experiments to gather data. Every promise you keep, every boundary you hold, Every time you choose discipline over an excuse, that's a data point. Stop convincing with words. Start proving with actions. Here are 2 experiments to start. 1. Keep one tiny promise to yourself. 2. Say no to one small thing that drains you. 3. Work for 10 focused minutes on a goal you've avoided. 4. Consciously honor one of your standards. 5. Take one action to care for your needs. Each completed action is evidence. You build a case for your competence so strong even self-doubt cannot argue with it. The confidence you're building is different. It's not the loud, flashy, performative kind that needs an audience. The confidence you are earning is quiet and calm, a steady internal hum of self-trust. It's not about being the loudest person in the room, but the most grounded. It is the quiet strength of knowing you can rely on yourself. This journey isn't about eliminating fear. It's about building your capacity to act in spite of it. A woman who trusts herself feels the fear and says, "I can handle this," because she has a history of handling hard things. Her confidence isn't in the absence of fear, but in her own proven reliability. She has the evidence because she's done the work, practicing showing up for herself in small ways, day after day. So please, be patient with yourself. This is the slow, sacred work of building a life of integrity. There will be days you stumble, break a promise, or let a boundary slip. On those days, a woman who respects herself doesn't shame herself. She gets curious, asks what she can learn, and begins again the next day. Your worth isn't determined by flawless performance. It's determined by your willingness to show up for yourself with compassion and commitment. It begins now with one small, deliberate action, one promise kept, one boundary honored. This is how you reclaim your power, earning self-respect brick by brick. Start small, start now. Build the quiet, unshakable trust that becomes the foundation for your life. You are worth the effort. If this message helped you, like this video and subscribe for more content. Keep learning, keep acting, keep proving to yourself that you are a woman worthy of your own trust.